Mic check, we back. Yes, sir, indeedy. Got this mic back together. Gotta give me another mic. This sounds okay, but I'm not getting the quality out of this headset that I prefer. I go back and listen to a couple of lives and hear myself. I give a okay sound, the background's okay, it's not a lot of noise. But yesterday that short recording was because I didn't really have my headphone connected. But we back again, and same thing as usual. Just like Pinky in the Brain. What are we going to do tonight? Brain, what do you say? Try to take over the world. We doing the same thing with our pockets and our emotions. I'm gonna do a little bit of the balance. I try to uh, push a little self accountability. On your actions and what you do, the way you carry yourself, and then sprinkle a little money in there and budgeting and trying to get people to adhere to the rules of engagement. So basically, as it stands, we have situations that we gotta come to grips with. Mainly our pockets. Willing and dealing. The biggest issue a lot of us face, adversity, our budgeting. How are we actually saving money? I recently just came across I recently just came across hold on. Sorry about that. Instagram was over there earlier watching McLean Productions and just over there watching the boxing scene. I'm into a little boxing and everything, watching the guys talk and everything, and give their spiel on boxing and a couple of amateur fighters and stuff. But back to the schedule program, and it's just our budget. We're not budgeting properly. I'm gonna share this lady's video later. She made her savings turn into $850,000. Now, um, Wanda Budgeting and Beyond, I watch her channel a lot. She talks, I know most 9 times out of 10, she's going to pop in this chat later on. But I watch her channel and she talks a lot about budgeting again. She's within that budgeting community. And that budgeting community is something. Like this lady literally, what's her name? Natty. I forgot the name of her channel. I know it's Natty something. But she saves money like no tomorrow. She has about, I want to say, 4 to 5 notebooks that she filled with money. She's budgeting in those notebooks. Now, this lady that has her own channel, she budgets. She made about $850,000 off a budget. She got to a point where she was budgeting so good, it went from the hobby to a business. And, she has literally like inserts to go into binders for budgeting. And that's like, it's to a whole nother level. Like, you budgeting for vacations. You take your check, you get percentages out to your check into these pockets for budget. You have a bill fund, you have a vacation fund, you have a house fund, savings fund, just every little thing down to your clothing fund, you know. And they also have these neat little tricks of the trade and games that you can play where they have scratch offs to where you can scratch off any one of these and whatever the amount, that's what you have to put in into a savings for that day. I mean, the whole budgeting scene is a whole it's a whole big lane over there. I mean, literally a big community. You thinking that like farming is a big community? You think the people in the guns is a big community? The people who save, that's a whole other community over there. That community, they have binders, they have scratchers, they have labels. Some make their own, some buy. I mean, it's just a whole nother community over there. I'm talking about tons of people that save. Just like in reference to the couponers. Couponing is real big. That's a whole other community for that. So like I said, once you start getting into it and you start looking at it, it's like addictive. You want to start doing it. You want to start seeing what your goals can be, high or low, and referring to as well. You know, and just saying the least, like people have to budget. Especially when you don't have a lot of money. You know, you have kids, you don't have kids, but cost of living is high. You have to budget for life, and that's what a lot of people are coming up with these situations for budgeting for life. You know, budgeting for this, budgeting for that. Kids want to go to the field trip. If you don't have the money right away, you got to budget for that. That's what I put the video out yesterday for. People who have to budget, but also can make more money in the budget to account for that. I referred to yesterday, and I got to drop this video on that. Those other two links I talked about, where you can do Audible books from home. People who don't work, or want extra money, you can read a book. Audible need people because most of the time you gotta understand people who are either writing these books don't want to read their own books, or they prefer someone else to read their own books with a certain voice. So reading these books can be and putting them on Audible, that's a thing. Being a friend online, just like YouTube, everybody's talking, interacting. You can get paid to do it. Like I said, the days of YouTube trying to tell people you got to be monetized, have so many people, you're getting paid instantly by being someone's friend online. You can start a group probably and get charged people to come on there and just have the same conversations that you're having on YouTube. Platforms are, actually taking dives to other platforms that's coming on and providing people to make more money and better opportunities right now. I talked about DoorDash yesterday. I talked about all kinds of, apps, websites that pay you, and a lot of people looking at these sites, what's going to be your best options? Let's say if I don't have a car, it's for instance, Uber Eats has it to where you can go deliver food on your bike. That's how easy it is for you to make money. You can work out and you can deliver food and get paid and get paid for people. I don't know why my thing just froze. It froze okay for a reason. But there's other apps that you can get into and make money. But can you guys hear me? Okay. It just started jumping this time. It's like Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know, my phone was acting up, but yeah, just delivery apps. If you got a car, you can do delivery apps. Let's say you don't want to deliver food, you want to deliver something that's a little bigger, a little more work to get more money. There's delivery apps for that. Medical supplies. You can go deliver people's medicine. You can go deliver people's groceries. These apps are available, you know, to a point to where you can be a handyman. You can go out here and do handyman work. It's all up to you, depending on what you want to do. You know, even there's freelance work on Fiverr and Upwork. Upwork has a ton of things to do on there for people that at home that has certain skills that can do the work. Yeah, carriers and all. But the point of it is, that's the biggest thing. Finding out what you want to do, the time, and your restraints on how you want to get stuff done. That's one of the biggest things that people got to take advantage of. What do you want to do, and what are you willing to do? When it comes to Thumbtack, yeah, I, I talked about how I worked on that app a lot with my friend, and I started doing it for myself. Then got out of it because I started making more money doing other side hustles for myself. When I would do deliveries, compared to that app, I was getting so many customers that were repeaters. They just actually just got my name and number and called me directly. You know how many sofas like I dropped off, or a couple of boxes go over here to a storage unit. You got some stuff at home you need to take it to a storage unit, and you go like less than 10 miles. Like that's a quick $75. Like it take me probably from the person's house, putting it on a truck, taking it to the storage unit, taking it off, to shaking their hand and getting my money, like 30 minutes. Probably sometimes less than that, depending on where people stayed. I had this older lady. She would call me and just be like, "Yeah, I need a couple of things moved around in my house." I took all her furniture that was in a storage unit downstairs, like towards her basement, and I brought it in the house. And I just brought it in the house from in the storage unit that she had, because she had her furniture reupholstered because her grandkids messed it up. Took the furniture, brought it in the house, and that was it. And it was just me by myself. I was thinking that it was, just a chair or something, but come to find out it was a sofa. Took it in, no problem. Had a little dolly. I moved stuff around, and it was an older lady. She couldn't really help me too much, but I told her, I got this. I got my little pads because it was, reupholstered furniture. So got the pads, laid them down, turned them certain ways. And she was like, "Man, you know what you're doing. You're doing this without scratching my walls up and all this." So I did it a little bit before. I've been moving furniture for years, so it was no problem. But the point of it was, like, after I did all that, just moving furniture from out of the storage into her house, $150. Easy. And it took more time with me doing it by myself. I think I was there for about a little bit close to 45 minutes to an hour. But it took more time doing it by myself. If it was me and another guy, we could have knocked that out in 15, 20 minutes each. And the thing of us moving stuff around, had to move stuff from one room to another, and it was just I would move a chair or something, move an end table, and stuff like that. She had replaced the sofa because it was going with dining room chairs and a overstuffed chair that was in her patio. So I took all that stuff, put it back in the patio, and then took the new upholstery stuff, put it in the family room. Got paid $150 for that. Who's getting $150 an hour? You know. Then I went and did another job picking up some stuff for somebody. Same thing. Hey, I went and learned how to tile with one of my friends. Did a tile job with him, and we got paid. What was it? $280. So I got 140 for that for about another hour and a half just of tiling. So basically, I'm looking at what, $30 an hour. I mean, uh, $30 every 30 minutes, and I'm like, easy money, you know. And those jobs don't come all the time, but when they do come back to back like that, the money just pile up. You know, even like this simple thing with me at my job. I drop off pallets, and some customers want me to take the pallets back. I take the pallets to a place and get paid. I show one of those checks. I gotta take that video down though. It looks like I was gloating. I wasn't, but I was just furious about a situation with somebody. But basically with the pallets, you know, I get paid $5 a pallet easy. I'm already doing my job, and I have to take these pallets, bring them back to the warehouse anyway. And what they do, they take them, put them on a truck, and sell them. But there's nothing against me taking the pallets and selling them for myself. So I make easy money doing that, just doing my job regularly. And if I want to hustle a little more, get a couple of more pallets, ask a couple more people for pallets, guess what? Making that money easy. Not even have to do a big sweat about it. But the whole point, is getting out here and doing it. And, to a degree, I'm going to have to jump off of here because I got a good little bit of work to do today because I was going to go to Savannah tonight, but I'm actually going to Savannah in the morning. My wife want to do some stuff, and I'm going to go to Savannah in the morning. She was trying to get her hair done. I'm like, nah, you're not getting your hair redone again. I'm like, that's why I told you get your hair done this weekend, just past. Or if we're going to do it, she could do it early that morning because I wanted to be to Savannah at least before 3 o'clock, checking in the hotel, getting everything dropped off. But say the least, when it comes down to it, you want to enjoy your vacation. It's a mini vacation because, we normally take big vacations for our birthday. And that's the whole thing of, like I was talking about earlier, about saving money and stuff with those savers, those budgeters. I'm telling you, those channels are crucial. They got me on my budget game. I got monthly planners where I write down all my bills on my monthly planner. Then I start converting what I want to save for and how much I'm going to put aside. Once I get my bills taken care of, I start noticing now that my bills have changed over the years. I used to pay all my bills. Every week I had a bill that I constantly paid. So every check I had a budget. On Friday, if I got paid every 2 weeks, I would always budget for this check, for this bill. Then I know I had to buy groceries, something extra, budget for this and budget for that. It came a point where, like when my wife wasn't working, I literally had everything to a T. Like I was a human. I was a cyborg. I was a robot. I literally had everything programmed, and when anything come up, I would always insert, delete, reschedule, cancel, and that's how I did it. I budget everything to it. And like I said, it was funny because my wife's family, we was talking, and they was like, "How are you maintaining life with her not working?" And like with me and my husband, or something like that, if one of us not work, it'll be a problem. And I was like, well, we good. How are you doing it? And I'm like, everybody should be able to do it like this. It shouldn't be no problem. Like, why do it have to come to me having to fall on my face and, not being able to provide for my family as saying that, you know, I still can't grasp that concept. Even as me being a man, my thing is if nobody's going to do it, I have to do it for myself. And since I have a family, I have to do for my family. So in regards to that, I never understood when they was always trying to come at me about like, well, how are you maintaining things and with the money that you got? And then it put them in the mind frame that, we probably make more money than they think we make. But like I said, I just let people talk and I let people listen, and they have their opinions because you know my wife told me I need to stop that because sometimes I play the field as being the go pee. Brother, I was gonna call you this morning before I start running around, but I was like, I guess I have to hit you later on. Get this knowledge and wisdom from you. You know, hey, go P. Your powers are weak, old man. What's going on, man? But you know, like I said, getting back to the whole situation, like I just play the field. Like I don't know as much, and I'm passive, and I kind of move around and see how people are because it shows their intent. If someone sees you has difficulties and problems, and they actually help you out and work with you, or they see if you have difficulty and problems and try to take advantage, then you know what their intent is and you know where they stand, and you just don't want to deal with them and be a part of that, you know. And to a degree, I mean, I'm going through a little situation where I'm dealing with this guy and I'm not even dealing with him no more because it was a situation to where it was about money, and I actually, gave him the benefit of the doubt, but he kind of took advantage of something, or he tried to take advantage of something. And I looked at him, and he kind of thought, I don't know if he think he got caught or nothing yet, but I ain't say the least or nothing. I'm just waiting on him to respond and say something else, and just just bust his little bubble or something, whatever. But it's to a degree, I know how to make money. Money comes easy. Like I tell people, people can find out my job, and the worst thing you do is just call my job and just keep calling them and ignoring them. I mean, just irritating them because I'm a good employee. I do what I do. I come to work. Nothing that I do is interfering with my position at my job. I drive trucks. I always say I drive trucks. There's nothing that you can call my job and say, but oh well, he almost ran me off the road, and they're gonna say where, you know, because I run a certain route, and our trucks have GPS. They have cameras on them, so to a degree, it's like you really have to just make something up real horrific and outside of work to get them to fire me. Because other than that, nothing else. Even with this YouTube thing, it doesn't end. I mean, I drive trucks for what let's say if I say something controversial on this site, what controversial thing that I'm gonna say that's gonna get me fired from my job, and all I do is deliver. If I'm in people's face, if I might be saying something racist, I can understand that. But you would have to prove that I said something racist to get fired. That's why I say it's like showing my job, not showing my job, people just doxing people and stuff. It's not a big deal because, like I said, I drive trucks. I'm always getting jobs. I'm always in demand. I drive part time for one of my friends now. I can go work for him, and there's literally nothing you can do to get me fired from this guy because he has his own contracts. He does his own thing. I mean, that's like a lot of times I try to get people into it. My first channel that I had, I actually just changed the name so you won't be able to find it anyway. It was just Rashid D. But I don't know, you might type it in, it might pull up. But I actually just changed the name because I'm gonna be doing something else with that channel. That channel only had 36 subs. And out of the 36 subs were people that actually knew me and my presence on their channels. And it was mostly based on me talking about truck driving, life insurance, getting themselves and families and they being accountable. Nobody wanted to hear that, Even in the space I was in, it was a catfish with most of those guys. I would kind of relate to their message, but it wasn't so much a catfish. I did relate, but I didn't go with the whole ideology of most of those guys because my thing is, I'm married. I have a wife. I have kids. I have a family. In no way, form, or fashion that I'm gonna look down on women, you know, I'm gonna disagree with, the issues that we have, but other than me trying to go at women, that's not my style. You know, Boss Lady, what's going on? How you doing? Check out some more of your videos. I haven't been seeing your videos pop up. I know I'll be seeing you over there on Frugal Mamba, but I haven't been on nobody's channel like pretty much all this week. I just been running around doing a lot of stuff. I haven't even really been going live. I actually just put up a couple of videos throughout the week. But yeah, like I said, I'm about to get ready to jump off here because I got a little work to do. And then plus I got to get some things squared away before I go down to Savannah uh, for the Grow meetup, on the YouTube Grow meetup. I mean, it's good. I know if I go here, it's not gonna be a lot of drama. People are gonna be arguing about who got the best carrots growing or something, but not to take no shots at them. This group is a pretty good group, and you know, I just want to be a part of it. It's a good thing. I actually started trying to grow myself. My pineapples ain't doing so good. Might have to start something small because these pineapples take about 2 years to grow. And that's a lot of patience, a lot of nurturing and stuff. And then it gets cold in Georgia, so I'm constantly have to take those plants in and out the house, you know. So be that as it may, have to put in a little more work than usual and average. But like I always say, till next time, people, check out the previous video that I did on the apps. Look at a lot of those apps and see something that might interest you. Earn a little extra money. That's why when I earn extra money doing side jobs, I tell my wife, this is what I buy when I buy my toys and I play my tools. It's not coming out of the house money. This is extra money. This is my money. Now, if I want to choose to spend this money on you, that's what I want to do. If I choose to spend this money on something else, that's what I want to do. Because at the end of the day, this is the money that I made outside of work. Same as you. If you make some money extra outside of work, then go ahead. Other than that, you're taking the money that you already used for your paycheck and budgeting. She's going to Jamaica with one of my boys. It's sad to say one of my boys not going to Jamaica this year. Both of them didn't go last year because of their grades. One of them's not going this year because of his grades. So he's gonna miss the other twin while he's in Jamaica with his mom, and I'm gonna be up here and working and stuff. And he probably end up being my aunt or my brother or somebody, but he's not going to Jamaica. Cause like I said, my kids they pretty much go to Jamaica every year. Bruce, what's going on, man? What's going on, Bruce? I caught the video the other day, but like I said, with my kids going to Jamaica to get to see their side of the I call them Jamaicans. I call my kids Jamaicans because they Jamaican and Americans. So I call my kids Jamaicans as I get to see their the side of the Jamaican side. Their grandma's in Jamaica now, so they can go over there more and spend more time with their grandma and grandpa over there in Jamaica. And they already stay in America, but just get a sense of feel, from other countries. And like I said, I'm finna take them to Costa Rica. I have somebody in Costa Rica I know, so I'm about to take them over to Costa Rica, and I have somebody else that I know in where's that country, Belize. So might end up going to Belize next year, or I really want to go to Africa with them. Thinking about that big trip, but that's a lot of money for a family of four. Most likely my oldest son gonna go, so that's about five of us. I doubt if my daughter goes or not because she's so grown and she doesn't do the family stuff as much because you know how these older kids get. They so grown they it's not cool to hang with your family and your kids like and your brother. So especially for girls. So my oldest son, he might end up going with us. Who knows? He might play the cool role too. But that'll be a trip I have to deal because I would want to do a lot of things with them while I'm over there and go to different countries. since I'm already within that country, I probably do like a week and a half, from start to finish, a week and a half to where I can, go to. I would want to go to about three different countries while I'm over there, and just show them the land, and just get them more cultured, and then we'll go from there. But saying the least, I keep saying this, but I really mean this now because I gotta get to work. I gotta make this money. And like I said, go back and check out the apps. See what you qualify for. You maybe want to make some extra money. You know, there it goes right there. Like me and Dr. Dunbar, we talk about on his channel. After you work your 9 to 5, start working your 5 to 9. What are you gonna what are you gonna do? How are you gonna make money after work? You know, some people just want to relax. Relaxing can get you only so far. You got to start investing. You got to start looking at different options and things that you want to deal with to benefit you to make long-term money. And to make that long-term money, you got to start putting in the work. You know, it, it starts with something small as you investing in stocks, invest in ETFs. ETFs always have the best turnaround. Always. You know, ETFs will have the best turnaround. The S&P 500. Anytime you have S&P 500 with a company just tanking out of those 500 best companies. If a company's just tanking, they'll take them and swap them out for a better company to give the S&P a better advantage. Of course, everything is not going to perform every single time good, but to a degree. One of the best is Spider, the Spider Index. Spider Index, I got into what is it, crowdfunding group. And the Spider Index, we invested in that, and we've been getting a good return on that. We invested into a food stock. We invested in a food grocery store, and then a food company, a tech company, just things that we know that we use and is going to make money long term. You know, a lot of people wear a lot of Nikes. You buy Nikes all the time. Invest in Nikes. People, dealing with Jordan brand is Nike. So the stock is gonna, have its ups and downs. It's gonna keep going. Depending on if they have an issue with the players wearing the shoes, that's when the stock is gonna go down. But invest, save money. The best thing, I want to do now is to more or less like the little savings I do have. I want to try to put it in something to get a return. You know, that's my thing. Just even if I have to put it in my life insurance, put more in my life insurance, just doing that. Even if I have to take that money and buy something to invest in so I can get a return on that. That's why I keep talking about real estate. Real estate over time, like my house is worth what, another 60, 70 thousand dollars now. And I told my wife, she was like, well, I want to move in this area. I'm like, look, this area is going to be, to a degree, like people don't like it, but gentrified. And with it being gentrified, we can take advantage of that, you know, rising housing prices and money. And this is a good, nice, decent house. And like I say, this our first house, the second house, you're not going to spend a lot of money on that. You want to spend your money on your forever home. I'm not looking for a forever home starting off because I'm looking for homes that I can invest in, keep, and make money. But saying the least, I'm gonna keep going if I keep talking about different topics. So once again, we here and we gone. Appreciate everybody for coming through. I gotta start saying this: hit the like button, share, and the YouTube talk. But I just give the content. If you like it, you share. You like it, you hit the like button. Everything is on the person that's watching. Other than that, I'm not trying to force nobody. I'm not trying to put nobody in a situation. That's why I don't really put up cash out, none of that. YouTube can pay. You know, super chats when I get that. If it gets active, you want to donate something, cool. But my thing is just to give the message and go from there. And with that being said, this is the end. We here and we gone.